That's and let's see, Brian. I don't know if this is true or not, so maybe you could address this. Let's see if there's any pictures on there. No.
That's what I was gonna say. These guys must feel like when he goes, I don't know if this is true or not. He goes, I wonder which one of my family members are gonna be in this avatar. This fucking idiot.
QWERTY21, thanks for the $5. Brian, that's not true. 2024.
I've heard that said, but I haven't seen that. I'd love to see the indications I have is that it was the highest voter turnout was in the previous election. Yes, this was the second higher voter turnout, but I don't know about the number 64%. That may be true because my stats go back to like the first or second week. I haven't seen those, but that still is a proof of the point. You don't need 50% to win. You need 37% instead of 30, but 37% plus one, that's in the same range. And I'm sorry if it just came out as, only 70-30. This is what I'm talking about. Dues payer.
No.
Yeah, no. I get it, Brian, because if you drink 2 beers in 1 hour and then you drink another beer 2 hours later, it's the same thing.
If a beer leaves Chicago at 7:00. Yeah, what do you want to add to that, Frog?
The beer leaves Chicago at 7:00, and I leave the show 2 minutes into the show. How many beers am I picking up to sit back down?
Frog?
No, I was just making sure you guys followed it. I followed it. I understood it completely.
Who cares? Who watches this and gives a fuck? People want to super chat him and call him a loser, and he's doing this political bullshit. It's so dumb.
Well, it's because he's a scared little baby. That's why he can just take their money this way and go, it's a political show. It's not a show about the Dabbleverse. People are still going to try, but there's very few people trying because they know he's not going to do it.
I disagree slightly. I agree with part of that, but he really thinks he can be a political analyst.
I don't think so. I really don't.
You don't. He thinks
not anymore. I think he did at one point. I think he did. Yeah.
Why would he change his name to John Melendez? Why he thinks he can reinvent himself.
Allow me to bring in one Frogula. Frog, you have a theory about why he changed his name?
So you'll see later in the package how he talks about it being his last show, and just so to understand what he's doing, you have to think like John. And it's really hard, and if you do it right, it hurts. But you'll get to the idea that he changed the name. So when he says, this is my last show, and then comes back, he'll say, no, I meant that was the last John Melendez show.
He's a child. He's a child. This is the way his brain works. I think he's that
clever. I don't think he's that clever to think of that.
But it's not clever, Mike. It's really not.
Right.
For him to think of that is beyond his capability.
He didn't think of it. Somebody else put that in his stupid head.
Perhaps.
And it's not a plan. It's an excuse. It's an alibi for a crime. It's like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not a plan. It's like, when I come back, even though I've said I'm done and this world sucks and I feel so much better that I'm out of it, when I come back, I can say, my fingers were crossed. You didn't see them because they were behind my back. He's a child.
I can't disagree, but I think he has higher aspirations. I think he thinks he's funny. He thinks he's entertaining.
Yes.
He thinks he is a political pundit. And I
think there's a smaller part of him that believes that now than, let's say, before his return to the Dabbleverse.
Right.
He actually
made
more stuff.
Yeah,
he actually knew more stuff. He was able to run the show better and chime in with more stuff. Now he's just toast. It's nothing.
Right.
He tries to regurgitate other people's shit, and he can't even get that right.
Well, he regurgitates just fine, but it's just
right stuff. Yeah.
a very loyal supporter of mine. Thank you very much, brother. James O'Sullivan. I don't know if this is a troll question. What is the best time of day to vote?
Yeah.
Actually, all right. So you get there. Obviously Tuesday when they have the elections. That's the best time to vote. But the best time of day to vote is. And here's. Let's parse it this way. First of all, if you're going to vote,
God, what a
This is what you do, guys.
question.
You vote in the morning because of colored people's time. You got to take that into account. That's usually around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I say get there to the polls at 9. That way it's all easy to vote. No one's yelling and throwing the polls down.
Yeah, it's just so ridiculous that he's like, good question. Let's break this down.
Yeah, so stupid. That's a good time
Person.
to vote. On election day, probably.
Right.
Is the time to vote.
Right.
obviously. But you have many options these days about mailing in your vote or voting early. If you're going to be busy on the day of election and you can't be and stand in a line, then vote early. Vote early. Don't vote often. Just vote early. So if you're going to be that day, morning, there's usually a line. It usually tapers down after lunch because people got to go back to work. And then from lunch to about 5 or 5:30 sometimes, local time, you've got a good window in there to go, and there won't be that many people before the surge of people coming to vote after work. There's a surge then. So I honestly think they should make voting, election day a national holiday.
I do too.
Not work, and that we concentrate on protecting our democracy. We take, vacations for everything else on the planet, including a mythical rabbit who delivers chocolate eggs. So I think it's okay if we take a day off to actually, push forward the democracy a bit.
Yeah.
How stupid that analogy was.
Sure.
Easter is specifically on a Sunday.
Yeah, he's right about that.
True.
He's right about that. And what is Sukkot? What is that? Why is my kid not going to school on Sukkot? Hey, thanks for watching that clip. We got a bunch more stuff from a bunch of different other shows. So if you want to support us, you want to be a part of what's happening here, subscribe, notify, and get yourself a membership. 2 levels, $5, $10. We got more bonus shows than we know what to do with. So help us out. Get in here.